You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's top left, maybe. It's one of those buttons. It should be.
Source select.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call Finance, Ways and Means Subcommittee to order on this February 26, 2025. Will the clerk please open the board and the members mark themselves present? Or take the roll. Wait. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 members present. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Before we get started, do any of the members have any personal orders?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Right now in the room, we have several, not all of them, but several people from Memphis in the annual M to Nash event put on by our Chamber of Commerce. And if I could just ask the committee to give them a round of applause and welcome them to Nashville to advocate on behalf of the city.
Do the members have any other personal orders, comments? Seeing none, we have 18 bills on the calendar today. Just so that the members know, there is a designation here in Finance Sub that we call behind the budget. It is not a curse. It is a temporary delay of progress. And so if you've been notified that your bill's going behind the budget, we'd ask that you would just communicate briefly about the tenets of the bill, and then the end result will be the same. So with that being said, first up on our calendar, item number 1, House Bill 1092 by Chairman Halsey. Chairman Halsey. Chairman Halsey is not present. You're recognized on the bill, House Bill.
He has another bill as well. He has item 8 as well.
We will roll your bill 9 spaces so it gets with your other bills so you can find the correct bill package. You have 2 bills today. So 8 spaces for Chairman Halsey. Next up on our count, without objection, rolled 8 spaces. Next up on our calendar, item number 2 on your calendar by Speaker Pro Tim Marsh, House Bill 831. Sir, you have a motion, and in second, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. HB 831 will establish a permanent funding mechanism for the Department of Agriculture to successful farm to tap program. What we're proposing is taking 3% out of a beer barrel tax and putting in the Department of Ag to promote agriculture and beer production. For that, and it should be about $363,000 a year that would go into this fund if this passed.
All right. Thank you, Speaker Marsh. Any questions for Speaker Marsh? Seeing none, as I said before, we love your bill and we love you, Speaker, but you have the distinct honor of being the first person in the 114th General Assembly regular session to go behind the budget. With that being said, House Bill 831 goes behind the budget.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 3 on your calendar, House Bill 115 by Leader Lamberth. Leader Lamberth, you're recognized. We have a motion and second on the bill. Leader Lambert, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was consulting with Chairman Halsey over there. To his credit, I think there's a different top line sponsor on the bill he was called up on. So he'll be ready in just a minute. This fixes a glitch last year we missed in the franchise and excise tax on criminal penalties. And with that, I stand ready for questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Leader Lambert. Any questions on the bill? Thank you for this bill. As a follow-up, it's very important that we make sure our staff are taken care of, and that's what this bill cleans up. Any questions? Seeing none, we're going to open. We're now voting. All those in favor say aye or push aye, Madam Clerk. All those opposed, no. Clerk, call the roll. Call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you, Clerk. Leader Lambert, House Bill 115 is off to full committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next on our calendar, item number 4, House Bill 691 by Chairman Baum. Chairman Baum has not made it to committee yet, so we're going to roll Chairman Baum, House Bill 691 to the heel. Item number 5 on our calendar today, Chairman Boyd, you are recognized on House Bill 1133. We have a motion to second. Chairman Boyd, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman of the committee. This bill simply adds nuclear energy production facilities to the definition of a certified green energy production facility in the tax code.
Thank you, Chairman Boyd, for that description. Do the members have any questions on the bill? Chairman Boyd, want to tell you how much I appreciate your work on this bill. I know you serve on the task force as it relates to the recommendations regarding nuclear. Tennessee has made a huge investment in nuclear energy growth here in the state. I will note that this bill has foregone revenue. Foregone revenue means it's revenue that we're currently not collecting. A little bit of concern for me as it relates to foregone revenue, because by deferring any of that revenue in future, it could inhibit us as a state. But I do believe, much like the administration and this body, that this is an important work that that's set out before us. And so just want to put that on the record. Any questions, further questions for Chairman Boyd? All right, Clerk, you may take the vote. Clerk, you may announce the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. Chairman Boyd, your bill goes on to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee.
And as Chairman Boyd leaves, the next bill on the calendar is item number 6, House Bill 1134. That bill is rolled 1 week. Actually, correction, that bill is off notice. House Bill 1134 off notice. Item number 7 on your calendar, House Bill 65 by Chairman Balso, is rolled 1 week. House Bill 65, 1 week. Now back to Chairman Halsey on item number 8. We will get to item number 1 after 8. House Bill 120 by Chairman Halsey. Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second. Chairman Halsey, you were recognized on House Bill 120.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, committee. The Department of Public Safety has a division called Division of Protective Services, where they escort or guard certain individuals. And this bill says if somebody knowingly impedes that or blocks them from being able to perform that service or ingress or egress to someplace, that becomes a Class A misdemeanor and a standalone offense.
Do the members have any questions for Chairman Halsey regarding House Bill 120? Representative Chisholm, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Does this bill pertain to people that visit the Capitol as well?
It would, yes, it would, not just the Capitol, but it would, any kind of situation like that, irregardless of where they're at downtown. For example, if they're escorting the governor to speak downtown at an event, somebody who tried to block that path for them would be guilty of this if they knowingly did that.
Representative Chisholm.
Follow up. What's the current penalty, if you don't?
It's a Class A misdemeanor.
Okay, and it will, okay. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Any further questions for Chairman Halsey? Seeing none, we are now voting on House Bill 120 to send to full finance. Will the members cast their votes? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 9 ayes, 2 noes.
Thank you. Chairman Halsey, House Bill 120 moves to full finance. Now we're back to item number 1, which you're carrying. Are you aware of this bill?
Yes, sir, and I'm asking to roll that for 1 week.
Yes, sir. House Bill 1092 by Chairman Halsey, without objection, 1 week. Yeah. Next up on our calendar, item number 9 on the calendar, House Bill 208 by Chairman Littleton. Chairman Littleton, you are recognized. We have a motion and second on the bill. You are recognized, Chairman Littleton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill renames the Armory in Cheatham County. I have a resolution from the county saying it's good, and we're getting a letter from military, but I don't have the funding letter today.
Thank you. Any questions for Chair Lady Littleton? Chairman Hicks, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. I have just a brief question. Chair Lady Littleton, can you tell us just a little bit who was First Sergeant Charles Anderson Douglas?
You are recognized, Chair Lady.
I certainly can. I thought he told us to be short with our definitions. So,
Sorry, Chairman.
Unless the chairman asks.
exactly. I just had to say that. I'm sorry. His name was First Sergeant Douglas, and he served as the First Sergeant of Ashland City Unit from 1986 until retirement in 2003. And First Sergeant Charles Anderson Douglas was a powerful advocate for the construction of the new National Guard Armory building in Cheatham County, as well as for overall success of the local National Guard under many years of service.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chair Lady, for that description. Any other questions for the Chair Lady? Since the bill does have a cost, will have to be placed behind the budget. So without objection, House Bill 208 behind the budget.
Excuse, can I ask a question about that?
Yes, Chair Lady, you're recognized.
If I get the funding letter, do I just bring it to you and then go through full to get it out? Or?
Thank you, Chair Lady. If the administration determines that they do want to fund this through their general fund revenues or through the department, then they would send the letter saying that they're willing to do the funding directly to Chairman Hicks's office. Okay. Chairman Hicks's office will make sure it's distributed to legal staff to make sure it's incorporated at what time we would consider bills that are behind the budget.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next on our calendar, item number 10, also by Chairman Littleton, House Bill 103. Chairman Littleton, you are recognized. We have a motion and second on the bill. You're recognized, Chairman Littleton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the DCS administration bill, and this legislation expands the extension of foster care program to include more young adults in the program, and it changes certain requirements for young adults to receive extension of foster care services. Currently, young adults under the age of 21 are eligible to extension of foster care service, and this would change it to the age of 23. For the program. It also removes the fees related to issuance of driver's license permit or photo identifications for youth in the extension of foster care program or juvenile justice programs. And finally, the bill establishes the foster care youth outreach liaison program and makes it permanent.
Thank you, Chair Lady Littleton, for that description. Do the members have any questions? Seeing none, this bill does have a fiscal note associated with it, but it is an administration bill and funding was included in the governor's base budget. So with that, we'll be voting today. Will the members vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. House Bill 103 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee.
Next on the calendar, item number 11, House Bill 1368 by Representative Barrett. Representative Barrett, you're recognized. We have a motion. We have a second. We have a motion second. Representative Barrett, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, this is a constituent bill from an appraiser that works in Lewis County regarding business taxes and how they're collected in the state. He has colleagues around the state that work in counties that are not collecting the tax. So he has asked simply that the legislature find a way to level the playing field so that all appraisers are being charged or none of the appraisers are being charged. So this bill would seek to do away with the business tax for the appraiser industry.
Thank you for the description. Any questions from the member? Seeing none, this bill does have a fiscal note, and so we will be placing it behind the budget. So without objection, House Bill 1368 goes behind the budget.
Thank you all.
Next on the calendar, item number 12 by House Bill 388 by Representative Butler. Representative Butler has asked for this bill to be rolled for 2 weeks. Item number 12, House Bill 388, rolled 2 weeks. Item number 13 on your calendar, House Joint Resolution 17 by Representative McCalman. Representative McCalman, we have a motion and a second. You are recognized on your joint resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was a little nervous there. Representative Capley was giving me eyes of, I'm not going to give you a motion or a second. Members, what this resolution does is simply urging resolution to do away with income tax at the federal level and enact what's called the Fair Tax Act. It would essentially bring our tax code from far down from the 70,000 pages it is now. It would enact a national consumption tax, which would remove the ability to really remove us from having to file every April because our taxes would be collected at the point of purchase on new items. And with that, I stand ready for questions and renew my motion.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the bill from the members? Seeing none, we're now voting on House Joint Resolution 17 to go to full finance. Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote? Madam Clerk, announce the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. Item number 13, House Joint Resolution 17, it moves to full finance. Members, we are going to go back to item number 4. Chairman Baum has been located in the catacombs of Cordell Hall, and he is recognized with a motion second on House Bill 691. We have a motion and second on House Bill 691. I also have an amendment, Chairman Baum, that is filed for this bill.
Yes, 3979.
We have a motion and a second on the amendment. Chairman Baum, you're recognized on the amendment.
The amendment just changes the date for when this bill would become effective. It starts the clock January the 1st of 2026.
Thank you, Chairman Baum, for that description and effort to get the bill in proper order. This is not a final action, so we're going to take a voice vote. All those in favor of amendment drafting code 003979, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Drafting code 003979 goes on the bill. We are, Chairman Baum, you are recognized on the bill as amended, House Bill 691.
Thank you, Chairman Williams. Our financial institutions here in the state of Tennessee are able to lower the amount of excise and franchise tax they owe the state by obtaining the Community Income Tax Credit, the CITC. Financial institutions can earn this credit if they make qualified loans to eligible housing entities for eligible activities. This has in mind primarily helping to provide affordable housing to lower income households. If the financial institution makes these kinds of qualified loans, then they get this tax credit. In Tennessee statutes, the amount of the tax credit that they get is a percent of the unpaid principal balance on these loans that's measured at the end of each year on December 31st of each year. This bill would change when the outstanding principal balance is measured from, instead of being one particular time during the year, to being an average across the year. And the advantage of doing this is it removes the ability to kind of time when you make these loans to maximize the community investment tax credit. As if we spread it out over the year, an annual average, then there's no real ability to time when these loans are made to maximize the tax credit.
Thank you, Professor Baum. Are there any questions? Representative Shaw, you are recognized.
Some juice. There we are. Just for clarification, would the amount they collect be affected drastically? And I hope you understand what I'm asking, you know, and what does the institutions think about that?
Chairman Baum.
If the financial institutions are not trying to time their loans to maximize the tax credit, if they're not engaged in that kind of activity, then it shouldn't matter to them. But if they are trying to time when these loans are made to maximize the tax credit, then it will matter to them, because they'll be forced to carry these loans over the entire year in order to fully benefit from the tax credit. They won't be able to do things like issue a loan in late December and then, have the loan paid off in early January. You get the tax credit, but it's really just a very, very short-term loan. For those financial institutions, there would be an impact, but I think the intent of the bill actually is to impact them. If no one's trying to time the system, then it won't have an effect, and that's great.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Baum. For those that might want to know a little bit more about this, you can show up to his PhD level economics class at MTSU for further description of the bill. But unfortunately, right now, this bill does have a fiscal note, and so we'll be going behind the budget. House Bill 691, behind the budget. Thank you, Chairman Baum.
Thank you all.
Okay, we're up to item number 14 of 18. Item number 14 on your calendar, House Bill 780 by Representative Stevens. We have a motion and second on the bill. Representative Stevens, you are recognized on House Bill 780.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. This bill deals with state shared revenues. There's a long list of those. Those get reallocated every 10 years based on the census. And what this bill does is it would require the Department of Economic and Community Development to revise and certify the population of each city and county annually to adjust that state shared revenue instead of every 10 years.
Thank you for that description, Representative Stevens. Any questions for Representative Stevens? Seeing none, I will say my community or my district in Putnam County is very interested in this piece of legislation because when you're a couple hundred people away from a population difference as it relates to sheriff's tax savings, it's really important. We've paid a lot of local dollars to try to have the census reanalyzed, and it didn't work. So I look forward to working with you on this bill, but currently it does have a fiscal note. That being said, item number 14, House Bill 780 by Representative Stevens goes behind the budget. Next on your calendar, item number 15, also by Representative Stevens, House Bill 76. We have a motion and second. Representative Stevens, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill came from Rutherford County's Pet Adoption Welfare Services, which is called PAWS. And they're having an issue prosecuting people who abandon animals. There's one word in the statute that gets them every time, and it's unreasonably. They can't prove to a magistrate that someone abandons an animal unreasonably. So we're deleting the word unreasonably from the statute so that they can prosecute the people who abandon their animals. And we're also clarifying that just because you dump an animal off at a vet or an animal control center like this, that does not excuse you.
Thank you for that description. Any questions for Representative Stevens? This bill also has a small fiscal note. So without objection, House Bill 76 will go behind the budget.
Thank you.
Item number 16 on your calendar, House Bill 1181 by Representative Hicks. Representative Hicks, you are recognized with a motion and a second. Thank you, Representative Hicks. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill extends the sales tax exemption on equipment that broadband providers buy or lease to build their networks in Tennessee. Those of you that here 3 years ago remember we unanimously passed a temporary version of this bill to maximize broadband investment. This bill makes sure that 100% of every dollar intended for broadband continues to get invested into broadband. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Hicks. Any questions for Chairman Hicks? As fiscal note depicts, this bill does have a cost, so without objection, House Bill 1181 goes behind the budget. Next on our calendar is Chairman Williams, which is my own bill, but without objection, House Bill 635 is rolled 2 weeks. And I'm going to pass the gavel off to Chairman Hicks.
All right, members. Item number 18 on our calendar is going to be House Bill 987 by Chairman Williams. Do we have a motion and a second? Motion. We have a motion and a second. Chairman Williams, it looks like there is an amendment drafting code 004092. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
Do we have a motion second on the amendment? Motion. We have a motion second, and my understanding is just a small technical change. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It just extends the effective date to March of next year.
All right. Any questions on the amendment? Hearing none and seeing none, we're now voting on drafting code 004092 on the House Bill 987. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. We're back on the bill as amended. And sir, you're recognized on the bill as it has been amended.
Thank you, Chairman Hicks. Thank you, Chairman Hicks. With your permission, I'd like to roll this bill 1 week in its current posture.
All right. Thank you, Chairman. Members, House Bill 635, without objection, we're going to roll this 1 week. Without objection, rolled 1 week.
Okay. Well, thank you for your patience today. First finance sub hearing, in case the people, of course, everyone here knows that, but in case people watching online, they'll realize that, yes, it was the first meeting of the week. So I really want to appreciate the staff getting everything organized today. That completes the calendar for the day. Do we have any other business before the committee? Seeing none, we are adjourned.